Now to the ongoing story of millionaire sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Now, according to reports released originally by Radar Online, he attempted suicide behind bars while he faces sex trafficking charges in New York. Jen Heger, senior editor of Radar Online, broke this story and joins us now by phone. Jen, I know it has been a crazy 2 days. You've been covering it from the very beginning. Where do we stand right now as you just broke and confirmed a story that you reported yesterday originally?
Yes, so as we, today, Jeffrey Epstein is on suicide watch, and we got additional details. RadarOnline.com has reported that a prison guard actually caught Jeffrey Epstein in the midst of the suicide attempt as it was happening. There was no other attack by another inmate, and it was not a staged fake attempt to get him to another facility.
Well, that's interesting. And you originally reported that yesterday, and there's speculation since your original report came out going whether or not it was other prisoners, it was guards, whoever it might be. But now that you've confirmed that it was a suicide attempt, is he on suicide watch right now, and what does that kind of mean for him?
So he is on suicide watch right now. This means that he will be monitored more closely and intensely. But you have to wonder, Scottie, what was going on at the prison that allowed this to even happen? He was in a cell by himself when this happened, the suicide attempt. And you have to wonder, and he's in a special housing unit before he was put on suicide watch. You just have to wonder how this even happened to begin with.
Well, right, because obviously the tools, and what did they say that the guard walked in was, do we know the details of what he was trying to do to himself, and how would he get those tools out of in a jail cell?
So he was trying to hang himself. We don't know if he was trying to hang himself with a piece of clothing or a sheet or something, but he did indeed try to hang himself, and he had marks on his neck that reflected the attempt.
And the guard walked in as he was in the middle of it and obviously stopped this attempt. Let's go back to this story and what led up to this point, Jen, is obviously you've been covering it since I think even all the way back. I saw stories 2016, 2015, even 2013. You were one of the first reporters on it. Why do you think that so many people it was never in a headline until recently? And what has been the change in people's opinion that have finally put this man under the pressure that he deserves for what he has done?
So the Southern District of New York had him under investigation, but none of Epstein's victims knew that the SDNY was investigating him for crimes that he had actually been convicted of in Florida already. There are no new allegations that the Southern District of New York charged him with. The alleged acts that New York charged him with are the same time period. I believe that the reason why this is making news now is we've got a lot of big names involved in it, and it's captured the attention of the country.
Oh, you're right. There are definitely some big names on it. It goes with, former politicians, former presidents. Now we've got our current president. There's obviously pictures and videos coming up of that. But regardless of the political aisle that's involved in this, do you feel, since you've been following this case for so long, how confident are you that we're actually going to find out all of the names that were involved, not only with the actual actions that happened with these underage individuals, but those that also tried to cover it up? Do you think we're ever going to get the full extent of the truth of everybody that's involved in this? Or is it just too deep with too many people in power?
I think that we are going to be shocked by the names that are going to start coming out. Attorneys for several of Epstein's victims have been fighting in court for years to have key depositions released in which big names are revealed. Politicians, as you said, former prime minister, titans of industry. And a court in Florida, a court of appeals, just recently ruled that those documents are to be released. So the court is going through the process right now of redacting any, victims' names. But we are very close to having all of these names being made public. In fact, sources have said that politicians and businessmen are extremely, extremely concerned about this.
Well, and I think those names need to come out because, unfortunately, usually we find in these kind of cases of pedophilia that it's not just one time. There's usually a repeat case. Real quick, before I let you go, how how hard is it right now to be getting details about Epstein? Sometimes we see in these cases there's a lockdown of information and you don't hear anything. Is there sort of a, you know what, we're just going to start adding transparencies to it? Are you still having to fight just as hard today as you did back in 2013 and 2015?
It's a fight to the end. It's the protection that this man has been given by the authorities is astounding, and it's disgusting, and every American should be outraged by it.
Well, Jen, thank you so much for you and your work at RadarOnline.com to expose this and help continue to bring light to just a horrible, horrible situation.
Yes, thank you so much, Scottie. Have a good one.
You too.
Hey YouTube, thanks for checking out our channel. We hope you enjoyed the video. We have tons of content for you just like this. For more of RT America's one-of-a-kind news and analysis, be sure to subscribe and never stop questioning more.